Orlu ruler's shameful endorsement of Uzodinma's second term. In the evolving political theater of Imo State, the actions of traditional rulers from Orlu local government area have turned the spotlight on the state's leadership crisis. Rulers who are expected to be the conscience of their communities have paradoxically thrown their weight behind Governor Hope Uzodinma for a second term. The endorsement is startling, given that it arrives in the context of mounting security challenges, conspicuous failures in governance, and a myriad of human rights abuses that have characterized Uzodinma's regime. This spectacle raises unnerving questions about the ethical compass guiding Nigeria's traditional institutions, particularly as the country navigates the choppy waters of modern democracy. Let's dissect this act for what it truly is, an abdication of moral responsibility in a critical period. Governor Uzodinma's tenure so far has been anything but smooth sailing. His administration is plagued with multiple crises, ranging from incompetence to alleged corruption. Yet, the traditional rulers chose to ignore these glaring flaws. Instead, they have opted to endorse a leader whose track record leaves much to be desired. Such an act does not merely demonstrate political short-sightedness, it underscores a blatant disregard for the welfare of the people these rulers are sworn to protect. To add salt to the wound, this endorsement comes amid escalating insecurity in the region. For months now, Imo State has been ceaselessly grappling with incidents of violence, kidnappings, and other forms of lawlessness. The governor's approach to these problems has been questionable at best, with allegations of human rights violations committed in the name of maintaining law and order. Instead of providing effective leadership, Uzodinma has often resorted to divisive rhetorics, fueling tensions rather than solving them. Under these circumstances, for the traditional rulers of Orlu to publicly endorse Uzodinma is to express blatant disregard for the pressing issues affecting their communities. It reveals an unsettling willingness to prioritize political patronage over the legitimate grievances and concerns of their constituents. This act of endorsement sends a chilling message that the welfare of the people can be easily traded for political favors. The Orlu traditional rulers' support for Governor Uzodinma lays bare an uncomfortable truth about the state of Nigeria's democratic health. It brings into focus the capacity of traditional institutions to either strengthen or undermine the democratic fabric of the country. By choosing to endorse a controversial figure like Uzodinma, despite the baggage of crisis he brings, these traditional leaders have demonstrated where their loyalties lie, and it is not with the people. The unfolding events in Imo State serve as a cautionary tale that the electorate must heed. Democracy is not merely about casting votes. It is about holding our leaders, elected or traditional, accountable. The endorsement of Governor Uzodinma by Orlu's traditional rulers is more than a political faux pas. It is a disservice to the very ideals of governance and a breach of the social contract between rulers and the ruled. It also serves as an urgent reminder that the journey to a fully realized democracy in Nigeria is far from over and laden with obstacles, some of which are self-imposed by those who should know better. Trading allegiance for patronage, an age-old tradition. In our political theater where more akin to farce than governance, the traditional rulers of Orlu local government area have given their stamp of approval to Governor Hope Uzodinma's bid for re-election. Such an endorsement underlines a disconcerting reality: the continued willingness of traditional institutions to trade their public duties for personal gains. Cloaked in ritualistic splendor, the ceremony seemed more a spectacle than a solemn civic duty, highlighting a critical flaw in Nigeria's socio-political fabric. At the heart of this controversy is a stark dissonance between the purported accomplishments cited by these traditional leaders and the on-the-ground experiences of ordinary people. The rulers waxed lyrical about the governor's achievements, particularly in the realms of infrastructure, peace, and security. Yet, one can't help but ask, what achievements are we lauding? If one scrutinizes the current state of affairs in Imo State, a disquieting picture emerges. Insecurity has become rife under Uzodinma's watch, with heightened incidences of armed robbery, kidnapping, and communal clashes. Peace and security, so ostentatiously celebrated by the traditional rulers, seem more like distant dreams than lived realities for the common people.